Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Last time, we began the PANDAEMONIUM raid series, and as you can see, this place is pretty darn creepy. It turns out PANDAEMONIUM is a prison / research center in the unsundered world of Elpis. It's a place where they keep all the creations that are too dangerous to be released, but too interesting to be blown up. Unfortunately, they're all loose and running rampant in the facility, and all we have to deal with them is one friend of Azem, Themis, and one warder, Ekataniakos, whose name I will continue to mangle this entire raid series, I can imagine, until somebody gives me a, audio version, which there never is. There's never any voiced lines in the raid series. Sadness. Anyway, we continue our journey through the first leg of the PANDAEMONIUM raids with the Fires of Creation.
While our success in sealing away the hippocampus is certainly heartening, the fact that we have yet to see any other warders concerns me.
Yes, our second fight was basically a test to see if two ancients together could wield what they call internment magics, aka the ancient version of the Pokeball.
The key ward of Asphodelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let us hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the key wards besides their magical prowess. Is there aught more you could share?
Like a name, a face, anything.
No.
Oh god, look at this guy.
Of course. A man named Hesperos is in charge of Asphodelos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the warders under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourished here, in spite of my ineptitude at magic, and I have always known him to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, key wards are not only masters of internment, they can also bend the hallways of PANDAEMONIUM to their will with creation magics. With all this in mind, I'm certain that so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe.
Yeah, but have they lost their minds like you did? You were literally our first fight here.
I can see why absolute control over the environs is imperative. Had we faced the hippocampus upon arid sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. In any case, if this Hesperos is as capable and caring as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. It's like it's not taken your colleagues to a secure location.
God, we can only hope.
The safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelos. From there, they could flee to Abyssos if hard-pressed. Even should they have sought safe haven within the other circles, if we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them along the way. Indeed, and we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Asphodelos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the central corridor, which was barred by the Phoenix last I checked.
The Phoenix? Oh my goodness. Oh.
Phoenix? I have heard the name before. A fiery bird with life eternal.
Yeah, I fought a couple of those in my time, in one form or another.
Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers, if I recall. Truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the back of failure, however, and La Habrea suffered countless missteps during his experiments.
I can imagine.
And he was hardly the only one. This Phoenix will be but one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Aye, far from evoking wonder, our Phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath and seeks only to turn the world to ash. Thus was it confined within PANDAEMONIUM. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but as the moons turned, more and more researchers abandoned the project as an impossibility, save for La Habrea and his words. When I received word that at long last La Habrea had succeeded where so many others had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of PANDAEMONIUM celebrate their master's accomplishments? Celebrate? You really don't understand how things work around here. I don't believe we did. The research of the words of La Habrea has little consequence to our work here, save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. The truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion.
That seems kind of sad, to be honest. It's like this place is just a trash bin for La Habrea's refuse, it sounds like.
But enough reminiscing. We must make ready to confront the Phoenix. While it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandemonium, we would make that assumption at our own peril. Better to assume that we'll need to bring Asphodelos' most unruly subject to heel. I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will avail it far less in a barren condition than elsewhere, so it may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that's where me comes in.
Oh.
Wasn't expecting a cutscene here. Is this where we're gonna find the Phoenix? What's up? Something weird in the side window over there? Is that where the Phoenix is hiding? Ah, there it was. I assume that's it at least. Doesn't seem like it's really in our way. We could just walk past it. Oh no, he's lost his mind. And doing a very impressive Dracula impression.
What?
Because damn. Yep. This is our cue to run?
Well, well, well. It seems whoever is behind this can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle.
I'm pretty sure that was the guy, the key ward.
Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means... Let us confront the reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our focus shall be required if we are to inter the Phoenix.
I checked. So now, of course, the keyword is going crazy and acting against us. Asphodelos, the third circle, now accessible. Alright, let's see what this has got waiting for us. Duty Finder, over to Raids, the third circle. Having successfully subdued the hippocampus, your group sets out to find Echidnairos' fellow warders, presumed to be hiding in the deepest circles of Asphodelos. Standing in your way, however, is the Phoenix, a violent failed iteration of the iconic immortal bird. It soars through halls warped by creation magics into an arid, desolate wasteland. Its perfect choice of battlefield, awaiting any foolish enough to venture into its newfound domain. I gotta say, man, even as a tank, these queues are just long. Anyway, welcome to the third circle of Asphodelos. A Phoenix, huh? Well, we fought a couple of these. I'm reminded of Stormblood's little Phoenix, and I'm reminded of the weird Phoenix that we got out of the Binding Coils. But this, the Phoenix. Oh God. It's got 3 heads! Here we go. This should be a blast. I really should save those until after I get through one of my little combos. Alright, what do you got for me, my man? Oh. I got clipped by that last one in the center. Alright, be able to focus target this guy so I can actually see what he's about to... Oh, okay, okay. Man, there was no warning for that. Scorched Exaltation. That's the room wide. Okay, those are circular explosions. I thought they might be lines. I wasn't sure. Hence the reason I moved my ass over like that. Darkened fire. Oh. He thinks these need to be targeted and destroyed, right? Oh, they're invulnerable? Oh. I think we just boned up. Yeah. I see. I see. Well, that was very interesting. Clearly the DPS need to actually get those little things hit with those fireballs or we die horribly. As demonstrated by what just happened. Well, hey, live and learn, and then get wrecked again. I still love this music. It takes a little bit to really build, but it's good. All right, elemental fire plume. This must have been this is the circles, right? Yep. Not getting hit this time, buddy. Elemental fire plume again? Oh, I understand. Okay. So so when he casts Fire Plume, he will then do like an animation, and that will tell us what kind of thing he's about to do. Speaking of thing that's about to happen. Everyone their little free shields there. Burn a couple of cooldowns here to make sure I can take this hit. I barely did anything this time. I think I had a lot of shields too. All right, Darkened Fire. This is the one that died, that we killed us last time. I'm gonna turn on my tank stance now, just so I'm making sure. Okay. There we go. Now none of them blow up and none of us die horribly. Left Cinderwind. Huh? Well, I want to be on his right side. Yep. Okay, so he's got left and right, and he just left. Oh. Don't be in the middle, I'm guessing? Yeah, don't be in the middle. Doing cauterized dive bombs through the area. Why is he glowing with an awesome light? Oh, we have ads. Okay, fine, we have ads. Boar carb. Oh, I think we have to be in the circles or we're gonna take continuous damage, yeah. I think that's the trick here. That's fine. Just tank them where they lie. He starts building up for one nasty Phoenix Fire. Any more ads? Oh, I guess so. I think we just die here. It hit 100%. I'm pretty sure we just died. Yup. Okay, so how do we deal with that mechanic? Didn't have a chance to move the ads away from each other. Oh, and I wasn't paying attention. He did the frickin' point blank. Experimental fire plume. Oh, okay, that's this one. far enough away from the group. I don't nail him, I don't nail me. I'm not a target for this gag, so I don't have to worry about it. Right. Through the middle, just like before. Ooh, I thought for sure that Reaper was about to take that. Also, I just realized our DPS is 2 Reapers, 2 Dancers. We're gonna pull these as far as we can over. That's the trick. I thought it was tank them where they lie. No, it's keep their... Don't let the circles touch is what it is. Pull it further away, don't let them circles touch. Okay, that's what it is. All right. Oh, I didn't realize we could actually be damaging her through all this. That's fine. I'd rather be focusing on keeping the party alive. As we dodge to the right again. Oops, I just fucked that up. It's such a habit. You know, every level until you hit 90 and something's like, oh yeah, you want to do that. You want to do it with Confitor last. And now it's like, no, it has to be Confitor constantly. Can we actually hurt these things? Oh, I see. No, this is just... This fight's getting a little crazy, but I'm liking it. Oh, that's my cue. Make sure I'm far enough away from everybody. Drop a couple cooldowns and we're good to go. Devouring brand? Fire is consuming the field. Oh, I see. And then it gets bigger. The room wide. Experimental char plume. And then here comes, this is either going to be the circles or it's the circles. Okay. The circles are not bad. As long as you're paying attention, you can see it coming. Speaking of seeing it coming. I'm half surprised those aren't lingering. Also, is she auto-attacking me? I think she's auto-attacking me. Oh, we're doing this again. Follow the group. Follow the group's always the safest way to handle this. And then get the fudge out of the center. We're doing much better this time. We just needed to figure out the mechanics. You know, learning fight. A couple of traced AoEs here going off. Fire. Oh, here we go with this again. Fire is consuming the field. Oh, hi. Okay. Did good, did good. Got them all off the field, that's the important thing. Another left centering, man, she only likes hitting the left. My D&D group would love her, or my old D&D group, I suppose would be the better way to pronounce that. Oh, that's assaulted her, okay. You know we have Reapers that could do that much better, all right. Next. Ah, nothing next. All right, time to put this ugly bird back in its cage. Seriously, how did we get a phoenix out of this? Ah, there you two are. Missed the fight as usual. I mean, mostly because you two can't fight with the beans. We are. And catch. Too bad it's not a shiny though. I would love a shiny phoenix. I'm guessing a shiny phoenix would be blue. Well, that fight could have gone better. Could have gone worse too.
With that, the phoenix is shackled once more. However, there is yet the matter of this arena.
Mm-hmm.
As you've told us, there is but one person, Asphodelos, with the ability and authority to wield such magics. Though fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him.
As if on cue, right? A contemptible display, as befits an inferior specimen. Come on out. Even so, I expected it would at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of internment drag the phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators care to admit, or you are no mean trespassers. Yeah, buddy, you want to go?
I had hoped our suspicions were misplaced, but alas.
And there he is in his monstrous form. I swear, he looks like freaking Dracula.
Keyword Hesperos, why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandemonium? Pandemonium, pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand.
Oh, Hecatoniros, you pester me with these inane questions. Think for yourself. Surely you can muster a theory or two with that dim wit of yours. Then again, you have never been one for insight. Oh my god, he has fangs even. Why Master Lahabrea suffers your mediocrity, I shall never understand. Ooh. Oh, shots fired.
You may look like him, but you're not the Hesperos I know. Something has warped you too from the inside out. The keyword I knew had compassion for all those under his charge, be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all a farce? Did you hide your contempt for us all these years?
Those who are not content to merely glimpse the water's surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat. Such wasted potential. To be son to Master La Habrea, yet no more skilled with magic than a newborn babe. Whoa! Hold up there. Little buddy here's baby La Habrea? Huh. Boy, I never would have called that one.
But of course, it's always about La Habrea.
Ooh. Silence! You are not worthy to utter his name. For once, be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities, beyond your shallow reckoning. I have slipped the surly bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creations and rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of godhood. As a Hemitheos shall I serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful unto the end of days. He literally is a vamp. That's a tournament magic. We need to move. Guys. And he shall require no other.
I think not.
God dang, man. Impressive.
Are you so blinded by arrogance that you have lost sight of what it means to serve? Ekatanairos is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instructions that I was able to master the art of internment, both how to wield it and how to break free of it.
And then there's me, the odd man out.
Dekumon, let us quit this place. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperos' mind, it is plain his power far eclipses our own. We must have time to gather our strength.
Ah, crap, I forgot I got the damn sunlight weakness too. Weaklings though they may be, it takes a singular aptitude to master internment so quickly. To say nothing of how swiftly that familiar laid low the Phoenix. And regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing. Whether they fritter away their strength in combing the beasts of Asphodelos, I continue my work. Even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain, naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Ekatanairos. Even dullards have their uses. I hope he's just the Disc 1 villain, because I love doing this voice, but my throat does not. Oh my goodness gracious, that. I was not expecting him to be a full-on vampire. I was like, he looks the part! I wasn't expecting him to actually be a vampire.
My darkest suspicions have been realized. We face the keyword of Asphodelos himself. More than that revelation, however, Ekatanairos worries me. He loved Hesperos for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever the keyword had become. Yeah, not good. He has said little since our return. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be a death knell for his resolve.
Yeah, and speaking of shock, seriously, dude, you're La Habrea's kid? Maybe I should go check up on him here. Just give me a second.
Please, leave me be.
Well, he's in a talkative mood. Themis, who wards the warders indeed.
Much as I am too loath to disturb Ekatanairos so soon after what just occurred, I'm afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him well to speak about recent events, concerning both the keyword and his father.
Maybe. Go for your thoughts, my man.
The creation of the ward which surrounds Pandemonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than Loha Brea. That both my father and I can bind others in chains is perhaps the only thing that we have in common.
Ah, so it is true.
I'm Loha Brea's son. Bereft of his talent for magics or his brilliant mind, but his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you?
Nay, I had an inkling when you said you had practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you haven't been employed here quite that long, it had to indicate some long-held connection with Loha Brea.
'Twas Loha Brea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles, but that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of Loha Brea, more specifically my mother, who was a researcher there.
Are we gonna meet your mother at some point in this questline, I wonder?
You did speak of Athena, Chief Key Ward before Loha Brea. She is your mother, yes?
Oh. Damn. That's a pedigree, my man.
How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You've the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. Loha Brea had nothing to do with it.
Well.
I see there is little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why Loha Brea was appointed Chief Key Ward when another was already in place.
Oh, did something happen to Athena?
Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. And Loha Brea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities, with nary a moment spared to mourn her. What love do I owe him now when he offered not one drop of compassion then?
Starting to see.
Ah, I see. She is no longer with us. An expression to convey the end of a life. Ah. I have known only the public face of Loha Brea. While he is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances, I must admit that oft he comes across as cold.
That is very true.
Apologies, but can we speak of something else? This topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss.
Definitely had some interesting family dinners, I can imagine.
Of course. There are more pressing matters at hand, after all. Namely, how to deal with Hesperos. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we can surmise that Hesperos has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp.
Or turned them into monsters too.
And now he is aware of our presence. He will be prepared for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing. Quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment Hesperos can contrive another advantage for himself. The wisest course would be to find him first and foremost.
I swear to God, if he pulls a Castlevania Dracula reference, I'm gonna lose a shit here.
He said that he had become one with the creations. Perhaps that means he is vulnerable to internment.
Not the vulnerability I was expecting.
In theory, that should be possible. However, is it enough merely to confine him, after all he has done? I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it all truly so he could serve his master? To my mind, he's merely put Loha Brea's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. Loha Brea is the chief key ward of Pandemonium. How would throwing it into disarray win his favor? Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I wonder if Athena's gonna be the final boss of this raid series.
I share your curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or would it be too dangerous to allow him quarter?
I want answers too, exactly. If you fail to confine him, I can always strike him down. No, we need answers. That is definitely the thing we need more than anything right now. We are still seriously in the dark.
Daring as ever, I see. I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but to see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well, let us try Ekatanaris' plan. Thank you, Dekumon.
And no big deal.
I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When Hesperos broke with us, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of the Viculas, a beast which feeds off the ether of its prey. Likely that is the creation Hesperos merged his essence with.
And we know all too well that he can change the environment around himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. Yeah, all I need is a big old gun of sunlight and a couple cloves of garlic, wooden stake, maybe a cross. I don't know, maybe we can find a running river to dunk him in. There are so many classic weaknesses. Anyway, the fourth and final circle, now accessible. Alright, into the duty finder one last time for this. The perpetrator of the chaos in Asphodelos is revealed to be none other than its keyword, Hesperos. Once known for his kindness to both warders and captives alike, he now appears before you as an amalgamation of mythic beast and man, a Hemetheos. Drunk with devotion to La Habrea and dripping venom for Ekatenairos, Asphodelos' keeper may be its most fearsome creation. Still need the same item level, thankfully. Alright, time for the fourth circle. Time to take on Dracula. Or, sorry, not Dracula. Not for lack of trying, though. It's music. Where's the music? Oh. Oh, is he gonna West? Oh, Jesus. Okay, now the music's kicking up. Oh. Oh. All right. They've got their warning. Oh, this has got lyrics. All right, no, I didn't actually just waste that. Doesn't look like the tank took a stack there, so I don't have to worry about any tank swaps. I've actually been watching for those the whole bloody time. What the hell is that? Setting the scene? Why is there a black hole? Everybody's getting the hell away from that thing. That's oh. Procs. And then just disappears. Alright. I figured that was the room wide coming. Oh, another cloak. What's this one gonna do? Why'd the tank suddenly jump back this way? A water fountain? They're all nice and close. Oh, I see. Okay, so whichever thing is showing that lets us know what the center's gonna do. The big black hole was the proximity, this one was a push. There's another tank buster going out. Oh, fudge. This is about to get a lot more complicated all of a sudden, isn't it? So now we've got plant added to this. Plant, it looks like poison actually. Okay, so we're gonna do this one first. This is GTDFO. What do we do about this? Oh, is that what this is? This one just spread the F out? Yep. And this one's the get pushed. Good, 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 good. Doing good. This fight doesn't seem to be near as irritating as the last one was. Oh, did he just juice? The balloon is poisoning the ether it absorbed. Oh. Okay, so that one has to, this one can't be done by deeps. Yep. That's what those markers meant. I do like it when mechanics are very easy to figure out. Now what's he doing? Northerly shift? Oh. Oh, that's dirty. And then that one's a cloak? Oh, okay. Damn, that's got a push to it. That's stabity again, so we get off to the edge. I see. The goal is to take any orbs you can. Thrice come ruin. Oh, I bet if I had eaten 3 orbs there, I'd have blown up. That's called good knowing that. There we go, that's gone. Oh god, all 4 of these are about to pop now? Fire now, huh? Now what do we gotta deal with? Okay, poison spread out. Fudge is fire. Oh. Nice. Not gonna get that off fast enough, I think. Don't think it's gonna matter though. Very nice. Could be worse one. Yeah, that could have been worse. That could have been a lot worse. No deaths this time. In fact, yeah, I don't think a single person actually died in that fight. All right, maybe now we can get some answers about this thing. Asphodelos complete. All right, you Dracula wannabe, start talking.
Now, Themis, we end this here.
Charge him up. Fools, I will not be put in chains. Haha, I only faked losing. Great. Well, so much for getting answers. To think that I would fall before one such as you. Perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Yeah, maybe you should have. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception. They shall return to the star with me.
You are wasting your breath, Hesperos. We have the upper hand now. Surely you can see that.
Yes, yes. My repertoire is not exhausted yet, however. Although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. Oh god, he's literally about to kill himself. Damn! What? I remain loyal to the very last. Come what may, I die with dignity. God. Well, fudge us! Is this little mask gonna fall to the ground? No, of course not. That'd be too much.
How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperos? You were better than that. Your star shone more brightly than any other in Pandemonium. You had La Habrea's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sully your legacy besides.
Well, sad to say we're probably not going to get a lot of answers out of this leg.
He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. I fail to see any dignity in that.
Same.
Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose that path. Hesperos' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous that fate had chosen you and not him to be La Habrea's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought for a boat in power that La Habrea would be unable to ignore. How does a pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everyone else? I've never heard of such a thing.
I have. It's not as uncommon as you might think. It happens, but that doesn't mean it's right, yeah. We've seen it happen before a few times, and every time it ends badly.
I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing, but perhaps that signifies naught but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand what it is to have been a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true. How it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. Yeah. But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other warders and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain.
Gotta make sure at least the outer circles here are safe.
I believe I could be of help in that matter. The influence of Hesperos' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that?
I guess he can. I guess he's gonna be the new keyword of this place. Effectively. I'm half wondering if he's not Azem in disguise.
What is this presence? Ecthoniris, what lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos.
Of course it does. Of course it does. Oh.
And there's the door. A warding sigil! How? Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to apprise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over.
Yeah. I still got 2 more whole legs of this to deal with, and one hasn't even been released yet. Actually, it won't be much longer. Damn, that did not end the way I wanted it to.
Although we have defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandemonium's troubles.
Mm-hmm.
My head is still swimming with questions. But could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this?
Most likely not.
It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague and that your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this by way of a powerful magical influence. It is possible that this same magic would have poisoned Hesperos' heart, twisting his affection for La Habrea into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him.
Yeah, probably the other 2 keywords as well.
Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiments, for more potential hemithoi.
Don't say that, please. I've had enough vampires.
If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos.
Hopefully not.
Do not lose heart yet, Ekatenairos. Hesperos challenged us alone, and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Hemetheos, then the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandemonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of these circles, and thus can wield internment magic within their halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us.
Like I said, he's the new keyword.
Just like that? Then nothing's stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos.
That was the plan.
But just so, I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement, however. You are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder, after all. The truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help, but...
Yep, we're gonna have to bring in some outside help.
Wait, do you mean to send a report to La Habrea?
I'm not too sure about that.
It is too soon to say. Let us first find a way into Abyssos. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders and the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandemonium, then I'm not above asking La Habrea for help, should it come to that.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way to think about it. Speaking of thinking,
recent discoveries certainly paint Hesperos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Ekatenairos and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelos. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Themis' burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable of bearing it. Still, I would help wheresoever I'm able. All we've achieved so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way.
This kid's got a good head on his shoulders for being La Habrea's son.
Nonsense, you know us nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magics which govern this place that we were able to come this far. Elsewise, we would likely have succumbed to the Hippocampus' assault. Each of us has arrived at this dire path by separate paths, but it is only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it and see Pandemonium saved.
Yeah? Come on, big nod. Really, nothing?
Thank you, Themis. Hesperos' words seems to have affected me more than I realize. Together we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Dekumon his rest.
I wish.
Besides, you have someone awaiting a report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined.
My man, you don't know the half of it. Oh, Claudian have eyes and tales to tell. Welcome, Dekumon. Back from the past, none the worse for wear, I see. So, what did you find? Oh boy. Well, it is insane right now. Not to mention, I still got 2 more of these to deal with at some point. So, there is evil afoot in Pandemonium, an already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing warders. Truly, we are fortunate to see you return to us in one piece.
It appears the voice Dekumon heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As to who left it behind and why, those are yet questions to be answered.
Indeed. It could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet ilm by ilm we shall unveil that mystery. With the help of Dekumon, of course. By his actions with the fabric of the past reshaped, yet he returns to the same present he left. Which can only mean one thing, that his intervention in Pandemonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. Ah! Closed loop logic. Ah, I hate it. There is no telling what consequences would arise if we stopped pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandemonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth to the future? They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and their despair would leave an indelible mark upon history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beast that arose during the final days. Oof, interesting, unpleasant thought there. Also, I think this is the first time this character's ever talked.
The first final days already had a drastic effect on the aeons that followed. If the scars it left were made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely.
Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I have asked much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandemonium? Well, of course. How else am I supposed to get more gear? Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there's aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal into our keeping? While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps something can be gained by researching it further. Yeah, sure. Here, takes up a spot in my inventory anyway. It shines just as splendidly as the day we met. We shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. And as matters in Elbis seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into its critical stage, I found it only suitable to recruit another assistant. Mayin is an expert in armaments from throughout history, be they from the far-flung past or made in the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your adventures, bring it here and she will be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras, and would give you goods in return that should aid you in trials ahead. So she's my trade-in point. Furthermore, if you ever wish to peruse the records of events you have reported here, Nemgigi has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She is at your complete disposal. She? Oh my god, I'm so sorry! It's so hard to tell with Lalafels sometimes. Not changing your voice, though. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental. Something that will dwarf all else here I've accomplished in my many years of research. I can think of no greater honor, nor reassurance, than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there is anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you will be the first to know when we do. Well, I'm thoroughly thrilled. Alright, I have plenty of each of these. You know what? I'm gonna grab some skill speeds. Those are always handy. And with that, we call this chapter of Pandemonium to a close, because that quest he has, That's a 6.2 quest. We don't touch that for a while. So, if you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more Eorzean adventures. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.